Welcome to G Fun Facts Online. Today we're tackling a huge misconception, the idea that young people just don't care about politics. For years we've heard about youth apathy, but look around. A powerful, fascinating evolution is happening. The assumptions are being shattered, and what's emerging is a completely new landscape of civic engagement. This isn't just a new generation finding its voice. It's a fundamental rewiring of what it means to be young and politically active. So, what's driving this change? It's a mix of psychology, technology, and a whole new definition of what it means to participate. Let's dive in. First, let's look inside the mind of a young political activist. In the past, political engagement often meant picking a party and showing up to vote. But today's youth are different. They are far more drawn to issue-based activism and protests. In fact, Gen Z is a whopping 61% more likely to attend a rally or protest compared to the general population. They operate with a values-first approach. For them, personal values and political beliefs are inseparable. They will support brands, causes, and candidates that genuinely align with their moral compass on big issues like racial justice, climate change, and LGBTQ+ rights. Authenticity is everything. Now let's talk about the massive disruptor, technology. Social media has become the new public square. It gives young activists the power to mobilize with incredible speed and scale. Think about hashtags like #BlackLivesMatter. They become rallying cries that coordinate global conversations and on-the-ground action, often faster than traditional media can even react. Young people aren't just consuming news on these platforms. They're creating it. They are the new citizen journalists, offering first-hand perspectives and holding institutions accountable. Of course, this is a double-edged sword. The same platforms that amplify voices can also spread misinformation and create polarizing echo chambers, making digital literacy more important than ever. So how does this play out between generations? While we often lump millennials and Gen Z together, they have distinct styles. Gen Z is a generation of pragmatic idealists. They are incredibly politically conscious and progressive, but don't always fit into neat party boxes. They've been shaped by major events, like the climate crisis and the Black Lives Matter movement, making them more likely to prioritize the freedom to protest over strict laws. Millennials, who came of age in a different reality, have become more politically active as they've gotten older, and they tend to favor more government intervention to solve problems. The key takeaway here isn't that one generation is better than the other, but that the very definition of civic engagement is evolving. What specific issues are fueling this fire? For young people, things like climate change, gun violence, and economic inequality aren't just abstract political debates. They are real, existential threats that affect their daily lives and their futures. They aren't just looking for band-aid solutions. They're demanding systemic change to fix the root causes of these problems. Despite all this passion, young people face real barriers. The road to adulthood is longer now, with financial independence and stable careers coming later. This can leave less time and fewer resources for political action. There's also a significant education gap in voter turnout, and the fact that so few young people are in elected office can lead to disillusionment, a feeling that the system just isn't listening. But here's the most important fact of all. This is not a fleeting trend. The way young people are engaging is a fundamental and permanent shift in how democracy is practiced. They are not waiting for an invitation to the political table. They are building their own. And by understanding what drives them, we can all work towards a more responsive and inclusive political future. Thanks for tuning in to G Fun Facts Online.